Guys, I'm not gonna lie. Coming into this arc, I kind of thought it was a little bit far-fetched. I kind of thought it was gonna be a little bit, I'd say, unrealistic. But I have to see in this episode, all that went out the window. As soon as I seen Naruto and Jiraiya and Tsunade, and as soon as I seen Sasuke and Boruto go back to the past, I was immediately hyped. Like, I haven't been hyped this much for a Boruto episode since like episode 65, and that's saying something. I'm pretty sure you guys know episode 65 was the epic episode where Naruto and Sasuke fought against Momoshiki, and that's saying something. But first, I want to give a huge thank you to my sponsor for today's video, and it's going to be Kurtzspell. I've been lucky to partner with Kurtzspell for multiple times now, but if you guys have not heard about Kurtzspell, Kurtzspell is a third-person anime-inspired action battle game created by KOG, which is the developers of Grand Chase and also Elsewhere Online. Kurtzspell has PvP and also PvE. In the PvP, you can test your skills with other online characters, and also has online game objective modes. In the PvE, you can also fight against big bosses. Kurtzspell recently added an update to the game, and it added the Sacred Guardian Karma and also a DLC pack. The update includes 3 new PvE missions, a player-centric balance update, FOV slider, and more. Now, specifically talking about the new Karma that was added, of course, for the character Lime, it's going to be the first weapon that actually allows players to enact the support role. Beyond just hitting like a truck, it also includes healing, resurrection, and also projectile deflection. The update for all of this and more comes on October 10th. I highly recommend you guys try it out. It's going to be an amazing experience, and especially for the people who haven't tried Kurtzspell yet, you guys are definitely going to love these updates and also the game as a whole. But if you guys want to try, the link is going to be in my description below. As I said, I highly recommend it. It's a very fun game. But without further ado, let's get back into the video. Now, here's the thing. I feel like a lot of people are probably going to still feel like this is very unrealistic. But after this episode, a lot of you guys are like me. A lot of you guys think that it's going to be unrealistic, but you guys don't care. You're still hyped either way, and I think that's what the writers were actually going for. Now, it seems like this is not filler. This isn't something that's going to be directly in the middle of the Urashiki arc. This is the Urashiki arc, and that right there comes as a surprise to me. The question that I had all of this time was, how was Boruto and Sasuke going to go back into the past? And I will talk about the state of the past later on in this video, but they went back with this device from the Otsutsuki clan. Now, for the past 2 episodes, this device has been hinted by the projector just on the street in the Hidden Leaf Village, and a lot of you guys picked up on it. 2 episodes ago, I got a whole bunch of tweets pretty much saying that this is going to be something very significant in this arc. Now, personally, I thought it was going to be something later on down the road. We have seen things like that happen before. For example, a 5 Kage summon was hinted at, but the 5 Kage summon happened like 5 episodes later, and it seemed like this right here was absolutely immediate. That's why I didn't really want to talk about it, but still, it's here. I mean, I actually do love what they did with it. One of the questions that I do have about it is, how did it get here? I mean, of course, we had multiple Otsutsuki members come to this dimension. We had multiple Otsutsuki members come to Earth, but still, it's like, who actually left it there? Like, did Momoshiki leave it there? Did Kinshiki leave it there? Did Kage leave it there? Who actually left it there? And I kind of think that some people are going to have a problem with that. It seems like a plot hole. Like, out of the blue, you have this time travel turtle that only the Otsutsuki clan could access, and now all of a sudden Urashiki goes straight for that, and then all of a sudden Boruto and Sasuke are back 20 years in the past. I think some people are going to have a little bit of a problem with that, but I wanted to play out. Hopefully they do explain. Hopefully they do give a backstory about the turtle. As we seen from the preview, and as we seen from the end of the episode, Sasuke and Boruto still have the turtle. I'm pretty sure that's not going to be the end of the turtle, so they're probably going to end up using it again. They're probably going to give a backstory about that. Now, specifically about the time in the past, this is going to be very interesting. What is the state of affairs when Sasuke and Boruto do touch down? Now, it seems that Tsunade is not the Hokage yet, but Tsunade is in the Hidden Leaf Village. Now, for a lot of you guys haven't seen Naruto in literally years, possibly over 5 years, so I'll jog your memory. Because Tsunade is in the Hidden Leaf Village, this is going to happen after Orochimaru pretty much attacks the Hidden Leaf Village and kills the 3rd Hokage. Because Tsunade is in the village with Jiraiya and with Naruto, this is exactly when Naruto and Jiraiya went looking for Tsunade. At that time, a lot of people in the Hidden Leaf Village wanted Jiraiya to be the next Hokage, mainly because he was part of the 3 legendary signing, which pretty much made him one of the strongest characters from the Hidden Leaf Village that was still good, at least. But also, Jiraiya did not want to be the Hokage. He wanted to continue on with his quote-unquote research. So of course, the next person to possibly get is Tsunade, and of course Tsunade is here. Tsunade is in the Hidden Leaf Village, but it's still a very interesting plot line that could possibly pop up in the next couple episodes, and it's the fact that Orochimaru did actually come back to get help from Tsunade, mainly because, if you guys recall, during the fight with the 3rd Hokage, the 3rd Hokage actually sealed both of Orochimaru's arms. So of course Orochimaru goes to Tsunade and pretty much says like, hey Tsunade, if you revive my arm, I will revive 2 of your young ones. And of course, this was a very difficult decision for Tsunade, but specifically it's going to be very interesting seeing Boruto and Sasuke possibly there. Now, a couple of days ago, we seen some Boruto voice actors pretty much talk about this arc, and I didn't really make a video about it, mainly because last week I was kind of lazy, but that's besides the point. The Boruto voice actors were talking about it, and they did say something about Orochimaru. Now, this could have possibly been trolling. I'm gonna play it for you guys right now.
会うタイミングによっては結構大変なことになるなって。
まあそうですよね。どこで
木の葉をお崩しになられてるタイミングだとこ
れねやばいですよね。そうなると。
So that right there, hands down, could have possibly been trolling, but also they could have possibly been serious. And of course, as I said, there's a very good possibility that Orochimaru is going to make an appearance, mainly because both of his arms are completely dead as of right now, and he's going to try to get Tsunade's help. Now, here's something that's going to be very confusing, and they have to explain this. It's going to basically be timelines. Is Boruto and Sasuke on the same exact timeline as they were on? For example, if Sasuke and Boruto does something bad, let's say something blatant like kill Hinata, is Boruto going to disappear? Like, is the current Boruto going to disappear? And it's possible that he doesn't disappear, man, because they're on a different timeline. There's possibly different timelines where in that timeline Boruto won't be alive if Hinata does eventually die. Of course, speaking of something extreme, but if they go back to their original timeline, everything's going to be fine. Hinata's going to be alive, everything's going to be good. And we've seen this dynamic before in the past with the previous anime that I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are kind of familiar with, and that's Dragon Ball Z and of course Dragon Ball Super, where Trunks went back in time to a different timeline to warn some fighters about the androids and to also fight against Cell. But also when he went back into his current timeline, the androids were still there, like, so it didn't really change anything in his timeline. And of course, if they are on a different timeline, Boruto and Sasuke could pretty much be out in the open. They could be public. Of course, Sasuke could tell everybody like, hey, I'm adult Sasuke, I came back in the future. And also Boruto can tell Naruto like, hey, I'm your son. But still, judging by the preview, it seems like Boruto and Sasuke, they're gonna try to be low-key. We've seen Sasuke in a hat. Seems to be extremely weird, man, because we never see Sasuke in a hat, but still it seems a little bit understandable why he feels like he needs to take caution, because as of right now, he doesn't know if he's on the same timeline as well either. Now, the whereabouts of Urashiki is very confusing. I feel like Urashiki is possibly in that same timeline, mainly because if he wasn't in that exact same timeline, there would be no arc. Like, the arc would pretty much be over and Boruto and Sasuke would just be stuck in that dimension for a very long time. But it is an arc, so it wouldn't make sense for them to put Urashiki in that exact same timeline in that exact same time. Now, there's another possibility, and of course, I'm saying a whole bunch of possibilities. Even the Boruto writer said that there's a lot of possibilities in this arc, and they don't really know exactly everything right now, but still there is a possibility that Urashiki is in that exact same timeline, but he's earlier in time. For example, he's there with Minato, he's there with Jiraiya in his prime. Urashiki can literally pop up when the Nine Tails was being extracted from Kushina, and Urashiki could just swoop in and take the Nine Tails. Like, let's be honest, Obito's not stopping Urashiki, Minato's not stopping Urashiki. Urashiki could just snatch the Nine Tails, and of course that would be a dilemma. Now, if this were to be the case, I feel like the writers would make it more blatant. They wouldn't make it that quick, mainly because it is supposed to be a longer arc. But if that is the situation, we could possibly look out for people like literally disappearing right in front of Boruto and Sasuke. Like, for example, again using a very extreme analogy or very extreme example, if Urashiki does kill Minato, Naruto would disappear right before Boruto and Sasuke's eyes. Now, for the sake of the arc, I highly doubt that Urashiki is going to kill Minato, but he could possibly kill other people. But in my opinion, I feel like it would just make sense to put Urashiki in that exact same time space, in that exact same timeline. I think that would just be a very good arc. Now, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going on, exactly what Sasuke and Naruto are going to try to do, man, because they can't really do anything, as you guys heard before, as Urashiki said, and as I said, the thing could only be accessed by Otsutsuki members. Now, in the preview, we did see it talking to Boruto and Sasuke, so it is very possible for them to, you know, bend the rules. Sasuke does have a bit of the Sage of Six Paths chakra, and of course, that does have like a tiny bit of Otsutsuki chakra, so it's very possible for them to use it. As I said, the possibilities are literally endless as of right now, but literally, I just find it hilarious that Urashiki didn't want any smoke with the current Naruto. Like, let's be honest, it would have been very much easier if Urashiki just felt confidence in himself and said, you know what, I'm gonna just go after Naruto. I don't care about Sasuke, I don't care about Shikamaru, I don't care about anybody. I'm me, like, I'm an Otsutsuki member, and he just alphaed up and just took the current Naruto's chakra. Of course, there's a very big difference between the current Hokage Naruto and the previous child Naruto. It's like night and day. The current Hokage Naruto just has so much more chakra. So of course it would have served Urashiki much better if he would have actually taken the current Naruto's chakra, but he understood that that wouldn't actually be the case. But with that being said, I do want to know what you guys think about this episode in the comment section below. I absolutely loved it. I kind of thought it was going to be a little bit lackluster, mainly because I thought it was going to be a little bit too unrealistic. But as soon as I seen it go back in time, and as soon as I seen Tsunade and Jiraiya, I was absolutely hooked. I was absolutely locked in. I really love what they're doing with the series, mainly because the writers do feel like they need to be a little bit spontaneous. They need to be a little bit creative, and I like what they're doing. But of course, it's all up to you guys. What do you guys think about this in the comment section below? It's been your boy Baara B, and we out.
Check my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual, no high cholesterol. Where's Jenny Craig? Bitch, just get sexual.